Hi, I'm Meredith Coffey.
And I'm Connie Steele. We are the co-managing editors for issue 5.1 of the Journal for Undergraduate Media Projects. I'm filming here in Austin, Texas.
And today, I'm filming from Miami, Florida. Just as we aren't filming in the same place, we're also not filming at the same time. My today isn't the same as Connie's today, and our todays are different still from your todays as you're watching this video introduction. On a related note, The Jump, issue 5.1, titled Digital Dialectics, features 4 projects that create dialectics across space and time with existing works ranging from Gorgias in 380 BC to children's literature to Simon and Garfunkel to Facebook. Each piece requires the audience to play a role in the dialectic through their memories of the arguments in other works.
Meredith brings up the concept of the dialectic. Well, what does that mean? For this issue of The Jump, we employ a loose definition of the dialectic, emphasizing point and counterpoint, constructive synthesis, and productive contradiction. The 4 pieces in this issue create some of the educational or experiential flavor of the classical dialectic using today's digital media through their fusion of form and content. The multimodal forms of the projects, ranging from rap video to soundscape to video remix, present new ways of thinking about dialectics as occurring not just as a conversation within themselves, but as conversations with previous authors across time and space. Without further ado, because that was a lot of ado, Meredith is going to present the first project.
The project Face Change is a collaborative effort by Will Tangney, Katie Tiller, David Hook, and Jacob Philpott, all students in Scott Nelson's course Writing in Digital Environments at the University of Texas at Austin. Their project is a game that calls into question Facebook activism, or Slacktivism, as the authors say. The homepage of the game, formatted much like a Facebook timeline, gives players access to 3 rounds of play, each based on a cause recently popular on social media: Occupy Wall Street, SOPA and PIPA protests, and Kony 2012. I won't spoil the outcome of play for you by giving away the ending, but I suggest that the choice of a highly interactive game format raises an interesting counterpoint to the way that we spend time on and pay attention to the world through Facebook. Is Facebook just a game?
Games are just for kids, right? Our next piece interacts with an archive of children's literature through a series of original rap songs composed and performed by Calvin Tu and Henrik Kumar, students of Sue Ann Cairns' children's literature course at Kwantlen Polytechnic University in British Columbia. Our first encounter with the album is through the cover art, which warns parents of explicit lyrics. The choice of rap as a medium for multimodal composition reflects on the contradictions between the grim reality often occurring in children's lives, and the social limitations on expressing those experiences. Going by the rap artist names Calvonix and Big Love, these students explore themes like death and drug use in 8 works, including classics like Peter Pan and Alice in Wonderland, side by side with more recent young adult novels like Tweaked. In the words of a recent chart-topping rap hit by Eminem and Rihanna, I'm friends with a monster that's under my bed. Meredith?
Speaking of top charting hits, our next piece is the soundscape Sounds of Silence by Carol Ashe of Jennifer Buckner's multimodal composition course at Gardner-Webb University. Sounds of Silence conveys some of the experiences of a hard of hearing person. The title of Ashe's piece corresponds not with the title of the #1 hit song from 1966, that is, Simon and Garfunkel's The Sound of Silence, but rather with the multiplicity of meanings implied by the album's title. Ashe's single track presents an album's worth of micro-experiences, each associating and disassociating sound from meaning. Ashley takes the listener through a muffled, largely indistinguishable conversation, then through the uncomfortable, high-pitched noise caused by adjusting a hearing aid, and through a hard-of-hearing diagnosis complete with an array of tests. The piece concludes with a feeling of isolation, as a voice describes the challenges of following a conversation at a crowded table, and finally closes with a solo rendition of a piece of the song originally sung by Simon and Garfunkel in two-part harmony.
The issue's final piece, titled Gorgias Revisited, presents Timothy Simmons' vision of a dialectic of inarticulate emotion. This piece, originally composed for Justin Hodgson's Multimedia Scholarship course at the University of Texas, consists of excerpted facial expressions, interjections, and exclamations from a series of movies starring Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. Simmons remixes the pieces in the same order as the classical dialogue between Socrates and Gorgias, making an important point about the role of pathos and rhetoric in dialectic forms. Meredith, want to tell everybody who plays Socrates?
No, Connie, I refuse to give any spoilers, but everybody can find out for themselves by clicking on the links to the pieces in the menu on my left. Thanks for joining us. This is Meredith Coffey from Miami, Florida.
On behalf of the editorial committee here at The Jump, I'd like to thank you for visiting issue 5.1. This is Connie Steele, signing off from somewhere on the internet.